These wealthy elites are truly playing outrageous games. They treat ordinary people like prey for hunting. But after getting bored with hunting civilians, they decided to up the stakes and hired a fighter. Little did they know, they were about to pay an unbearably painful price because the man they hired was no ordinary person. He was the legendary warrior, Boyka. Not long ago, during a match, Boyka made a mistake and accidentally kicked his best friend to death in the ring. Since then, he has been tormented by guilt and suffering, living in a haze of confusion. Occasionally, he would participate in underground fights, hoping to find a worthy opponent strong enough to kill him in the ring. But months passed, and he still couldn't find a real challenge. That is, until one night, during a fight organized by the wealthy elites. Boyka once again displayed his unparalleled fighting skills, crushing his opponents all the way to the championship. This caught the attention of the elites. After the match, one of the wealthy men immediately approached him and invited him to participate in another, much larger competition. It was said that top fighters from around the world would be involved, and the prize money would reach a staggering $100 million. Boyka quickly accepted, as he desperately needed the money to compensate his late friend's family. The next day, he packed his bags and boarded a helicopter, flying to a so-called competition venue in Myanmar. Upon arriving in Myanmar, Boyka discovered that the venue was actually a warlord's camp. The fighters the elites mentioned weren't skilled combatants at all. They were amateurs. Even more absurdly, the fighting ring was a forest spanning a radius of 300 kilometers. Then, the wealthy man tossed Boyka a bag filled with gemstones worth billions, saying that as long as Boyka could carry the gems across the border, they would be his prize. He then opened the truck, revealing an array of weapons. At this point, Boyka realized that this wasn't a combat competition at all, but rather an unfair death game, and he was the prey for these rich men. What's worse, he wasn't even allowed any weapons. This was clearly a game where survival was impossible. Realizing this, Boyka grabbed his luggage and tried to leave. But after taking just 2 steps, a group of soldiers with guns surrounded him. The wealthy man tossed him a water bottle, and seeing he had no other choice, Boyka immediately ran into the forest. Minutes later, the rich men excitedly raised their guns and began the hunt.